While K-pop acts are always expected to portray the most united and harmonious image on stage because people believed members in a group must always treat each other like a family. But obviously, idols are humans, and so they had their good and bad mood days, but still, some fans found idols fighting with each other and not bothering to hide it is really abnormal and should not be done so frequently. Number 1. Blackpink. Seemingly, the recent world tour of Blackpink is a real big jumble, as when there were just several concerts in, they had already made tons of headlines for the bad reasons. Starting from the allegedly fed up and unprofessional attitude right in front of fans despite Blink's patience to still support them wholeheartedly after 2 years, to the beef between Lisa and Rosé and they're not bothering to hide their tea on stage. No one could wrap their head around what's really going on with Blackpink anymore. As the members of the most influential K-pop girl group, people believed Lisa and Rosé should have known better than anyone, that they should always appear at their finest whether as an individual or as Blackpink. However, during the Dallas concert, what Lisa and Rosé did was said to be of total contrast, and according to netizens, they have done nothing but consolidate the rumor that Blackpink's members didn't like each other, and they all couldn't wait to disband so that each could promote as a soloist. Right at the beginning of the Dallas concert, Blinks have already noticed signs of Lisa and Rosé's having beef against each other. First, Rosé wasn't feeling herself and did not bother to give the best for Blackpink's performances. It was also seen that she didn't interact much with the members, but in particular, she seemed to avoid Lisa most since not only did she try to avoid looking at Lisa's eyes, but also touching hands and hugging her friend, which were things they used to do all the time. According to snippets posted on social media, Lisa was also seen trying to make up with Rosé several times, but Rosé kept turning a blind eye to that. As the concert lasted to the next day, the tension got more extreme as the two seemingly couldn't even stand next to each other. For example, in the concert and photo shoot, Lisa and Rosé also tried to separate themselves from being in the same frame, and despite it being just a picture, many said they could feel the awkward and intense atmosphere revolving around the two that time. However, many Blinks found the recent beef between Lisa and Rosé funny rather than concerning because in Blackpink's documentary, the duo admitted to have fought a lot and for a long period of time. It even became a daily thing that Lisa had to ask Rosé to stop. Plus, it seemed to be nothing serious since soon after the concert ended, Lisa and Rosé were spotted laughing and interacting as if nothing had happened. At the end of the day, Lisa and Rosé have been friends for over 10 years, and when it comes to little fights like this, many Blinks believe the girls just needed some time to figure it out rather than holding a grudge against each other. Number 2. Kim Garam vs Sakura, Yoonjin, and Eunchae. When Kim Garam was still a member of LE SSERAFIM, there were lots of rumors about her being jealous of Sakura, and as the scandal about her alleged bully in high school blew up, there were also solid proofs about her allegedly malicious intention to bring Sakura down whenever she could. When netizens started to dig deep about what Garam did regarding her bullying scandal, the rumor about her calling Sakura a plastic monster was spreading on the internet like wildfire. While people didn't believe the accusation at first, Garam's actions when she was around Sakura was said to gradually prove the rumor valid. For example, in the behind-the-scenes video of LE SSERAFIM, when Garam was asked to compliment one salient trait of Sakura, she judgingly looked up and down before saying pretty nose and bursting into laughter. Since Sakura was accused of undergoing a nose job at the time, and many of her fans even left the fandom because she had lost the signature candy sweet visual of the Eyes One era, Garam's action left her all confused and annoyed. Or on another occasion where LE SSERAFIM was recording their content, Garam was believed to be trying to provoke and make fun of Sakura, pulling one side of her shirt off while giving Sakura a challenging look. In fact, some people started to look deep into Garam's action and believe she was not only trying to have a beef with Sakura, but also with many other members in LE SSERAFIM. For example, when the act was in M2 to do their dance for Fearless, Garam was spotted imitating Yoonjin's signature shaking head dance. Or on another occasion when Eunchae Uncha said she could probably do the part of Garam well after being asked to hypothetically take it on, Garam was also seen being super annoyed. Instead of keeping the atmosphere upbeat and complimenting Uncha because at the end of the day, she's the group's maknae and should be supported by seniors, Garam immediately turned to other members to ask for their opinions and fell silent when everyone was agreeing with what Uncha said. However, there were also people taking sides with Kim Garam, saying that everyone was portraying her in an utterly malicious light and things weren't as bad as it seemed. For example, about things happening in the behind-the-scenes video, the catch was that the members must compliment each other without smiling or laughing. In that context, Garam was most probably laughing at how serious Sakura looked, but netizens immediately painted the picture as if she was making fun of Sakura's alleged nose job. Or in the second video where Sakura was smiling and pulling one of her shirt shoulders off, some pointed out that it was just a random single-time moment, and throughout the video she has been looking and smiling that way at everything and everyone, rather than just to Sakura. So those who push the narrative that Garam was evil are definitely her haters and always tries to bring her down at any cost. Number 3. ENHYPEN, Sonu, and Nikki. While ENHYPEN has always been famous for their chaotic and upbeat energy when the members gather, many believed there has long been beef between the members versus Sonu. Of course, there were fights that were simply disagreements among friends, but according to some, especially those who have been Sonu's bias for long, there must be something more serious than that, as they often spotted Sonu looking out of place with the group. Things all started a few months ago when people noticed Sonu was constantly and jokingly fat-shamed by the rest of ENHYPEN. And while it was fun at first, fans gradually found the situation annoying because Sonu seemed to be badly affected by that. Literally, whenever Sonu was on set with ENHYPEN, he would be the subject of fat-shaming jokes like having the body of Baymax, looking like a balloon, and at one point, Nikki even straight up told Sonu to lose weight because Sonu was into desserts. Even with non-regular fans, some also admitted to having seen at least 4 to 5 times Sonu look like he wasn't enjoying himself when being around other members. On big K-pop forums, questions like, has anyone also noticed that Sonu from ENHYPEN seems a bit distant from the other members? Why are people saying Sonu is being mistreated by ENHYPEN? And did ENHYPEN members bully or tease Sonu too much? Are also constantly posted and heatedly discussed. According to most people, the fact that all ENHYPEN members always ganged up on Sonu when it came to his weight clearly showed that there was an ongoing beef between them. While some explained that in South Korea, things were very different culturally and the fat-shaming situation was not a big deal to domestic fans, others believe this was an invalid point because to foreign fans, especially those in the West, constantly pulling such a joke on others' appearance was nothing but a malicious act. That was not to mention how Sonu isn't overweight, and many times he has shown an awkward, uncomfortable smile to quickly move on from the fatphobic jokes. However, there were also a handful of defending opinions, saying that the members didn't have ill intentions towards Sonu and probably because the boys were close to one another, pulling jokes about Sonu's being fat while he obviously wasn't was deemed normal among them. To actually prove that ENHYPEN had no beef against Sonu, one fan had gathered moments where the members were being wholesome to Sonu, from being on music shows to the group livestream to the dance medley series they often did on YouTube. About the fat-shaming issue, when they called Sonu chubby, some believed it was more of a compliment rather than trying to offend him, based on the context and the members' tone when saying it. In fact, it's more like the members were using chubby interchangeably for cute when it came to Sonu, and he himself also got that. Even when ENHYPEN actually touched on the topic of Sonu's weight and body, it was just that one member was talking about dieting, so they casually shifted the attention towards Sonu rather than deliberately talking about his measurements in the first place. So, do you think these idols were actually picking a fight with their group mates, or it's all in netizens' heads? Plus, is it acceptable for idols to not hide their fight from the limelight, or they totally could do that sometimes? Comment down below to share your thoughts with us. Also, remember to like, share, and subscribe to BeBoss TV for more interesting K-pop content. Thank you for watching!